How is it going, everybody? I'm Steve. I'm here with something a bit different. This is an anime review of the Quintessential Quintuplets. This is actually take two. I'm going to break the fourth wall. This is actually take two. The first time I did it, it was all over the place. I was going on a tangent. It was crazy. I paused the mic to drink some water, but then I drank it and unpaused the mic. And the water, you probably could hear every sound of the water going down my throat. And I said I shouldn't drink in the middle of the video. So we're going to restart that. And also, it took me like 5 minutes to actually get to the review. But yeah, here we are with this. It's a little something different. My friend Sherlock, I don't know if any of you guys subscribe to him or follow him. He should be in my channel. It might be in the description. I don't know. I might put his channel in the description. But he should be on my channel. If you go over there, it's just Dip Sherlock, or just search Dip Sherlock. And he's been doing anime reviews on Kimetsu no Yaiba, Demon Slayer, and he's been doing single episode reviews. Well, what I'm doing is I'm going to do a whole show review, and I have actually a script ready that has everything from like the basis of the plot to like the general rating of the show, the laugh factor. That's like comedy, since this is a comedy, right? And progression of the plot and episodes, all that good jazz. And yeah, that's what it's going to be, and I'm going to try to make this one a lot better than the last one, because, yeah, like I said, I went on a tangent. It took too long to get to the review. I actually replied to my friend on the recording, which is terrible. I shouldn't have done that. But yeah, here we are for this one. Now, first off is the basis of the plot. Now, this show is about our main man boy, cool dude, named Hisagi Futuro. He is a kind of thick-skulled that can't really tell what he's like. Anyone's emotions, he's kind of ignorant as well, but, and I hope you can tell what I'm saying, because I talk pretty fast and my accent does not help with that. And yeah, he's a kind of, he's our MC in the show, and he is teaching these 5 sisters, he's tutoring these 5 sisters so they get better grades, because they all suck and they're all terrible in school, and they're all good in one subject. Well, they're all decent in one subject. He has to build on the subject, right? Everyone has their own subject they're good at, and he has to build on them. They don't focus on that too much, but it's a thing. They pointed out in like episode 3 or 4. And yeah, that's about it. And it's just about all the hijinks and fun gags and goofs they have all the way up to that point. And of course, is the romance factor, which every single girl is trying to get with him. Some to a lesser degree than others, but and some in a weirder way than others. But that's just how it goes. And next up is the opening and ending. Now, I'm not going to say the names of the opening and ending because I can't. Last time I had to pull them up. I think I might still have them open actually, but they're Japanese names. Just look up Quintessential Quintuplets opening and Quintessential Quintuplets ending. Look those up, you'll find them. I promise. They were both really good. I love the ending especially. The ending was great. I remember like halfway through the season I started to get chills because of the ending, and I was like, holy crap, this ending is awesome. I love it. I could probably hum it for you right now, but it sounds terrible, so I'm not going to. And the opening is great too. I love the part where they're all saying 5 guitar. I'm not going to try and sing it. We're not doing it. It's not happening. That will not happen. That will never happen. We'll have to do a karaoke video for those. Yeah, but they're both really good, and I like them both. The opening is pretty fun, really cheery, and the ending like really walks you off of the show. It's like a smooth transition. I love it. It's great. It gets you ready for the next episode for sure. And next up is the characters. Now, first up we have Hisagi Futuro. He's our main character. As I said, I explained him before. He's just thick-skulled. Every girl's into him eventually. Maybe not at the beginning of the show, but later on, every girl is into him. Even Nino, which is next up. And Nino, she's not the first up. I'll do an order of like the main, like, as they're introduced, right? So, first up we have Itsuki Nakano. She's the first sister he meets, and the first one he's cold to. And the reason she's cold to him the whole show, he's towards the end, besides towards the end, right? She's not my favorite. I don't like her that much. She actually is my least favorite girl. I'll say that. Early on, she wasn't. I kind of liked her a little bit, but I started to hate her, and because every other character got better than she was, and I was like, I don't really care much for you anymore. And I hate how she has the focus of the show, because she literally is like one of the worst ones for me, at least in this show, this season. If there's another season for it or not, I don't know if there'll be another season. But she's a very cold character. She's kind of bitchy here and there. Yeah, I'm gonna curse in these too. I'm gonna keep it to a low, but I will curse in these. And I just didn't like her. I'm gonna tell you right now, I did not like her that much. Next up we have, and also let me know if I talk enough about the characters. Like, should I talk about the design? I guess her design was cute. I liked her design. That's a good idea. Put the design in there. I should add like extra bits of the characters things. I have like a script here. I should add like little tidbits next to it, like like the design, their personality, the character in general, my rating on the character, all that stuff. Because every one of these subjects has a sub-subject, you know. So yeah, she was okay. I didn't care much for her though. Next up we have, and I'm doing it in the order we got episodes of Formers, about Miku Nakano. Best girl, I would say everyone says she was. Just about. At least in this show. At least people that only watch the anime, which I didn't read the manga. She's great. She is the one that's into history, and that's awesome in my book. I love history. So, and she has, I love her design. She's really cute, really calm. I love her personality. She, like I said, cute and calm, you know. She's calm and collected. She gets really embarrassed when she talks about anything with Hisagi, you know, anything romantic, like, you know, in that area. I keep beating around the bush, like, you know, romance, you know, love, that cool stuff, you know, the stuff the kids are into these days. And yeah, I think everyone would agree she's best girl. And I'm gonna get into that's actually another subcategory, is best girl / best boy / favorite character. So we'll get into that later. And next up is Nino Nakano. Early on, she was a hoe. Every word in the book for her. I did not like her at all. But later on, she got better. She ended up getting really cute. I love her design. She had a really cute design. And she got really sweet later on after seeing her, like her, you know, lovey-dovey side a lot, because Futuro does some stuff later on that makes her fall in love with him, kinda, in a way. I'll explain that later if I ever get to it. If I forget or not, we'll see what happens. But yeah, Nino, she's more of like the tsundere kind of deal, right? Would tsundere be the one? I think tsundere is the word to describe it, because she's like she's always like, you know, against everything that's happening. I think tsundere is the word to describe her, and Itsuki's kind of a tsundere as well. I think. I'm pretty sure. Hopefully I'm not using the tsundere description, the adjective, wrongly there. Or I guess, what would that'd be an adjective, right? I think so. But yeah, I like Nino. Nino got great later on. She got a lot better. She went from bitchy to not as bitchy to more tsundere, more cute, more fun, you know, and I ended up liking her a lot. She's definitely top 3 for me. Next is Ichika Nakano. She is the level-headed one. I won't say she's really level-headed, because she has a lot of stuff that goes down around like halfway through the show with some crazy plot goodness, you know, all that, you know, plot, huh? Yeah, some stuff happens with her, basically. She gets into like some job she has, and she's really struggling to do the job and be there for her sisters and do all kinds of different stuff, you know. It's crazy. And she's more of the mature one, even though they're all twins, right? I also thought that was weird. Like, I guess the personality wise, she's just more mature, you know. I guess maturity doesn't just come with age, it comes with personality as well. And I liked her a lot. Her design's cool. All the designs are cool. I should just say straight up that everyone's design in this show is cool. It's cute. It's fun. Even though they're not too extreme either. They're pretty simple as well. They're not too iconic. Well, iconic's the wrong word to use. They're not too crazy. They're not too wild and extreme. They're really simple and they're really good. But yeah, that was Ichika, and she's top. I think she's my second favorite. I think I would tie Nino and her second favorite. And for my third place, I have Yotsuba Nakano, which is the rowdy, not really rowdy, she's more the sportsy girl. She's the cheery, sportsy, happy-go-lucky girl. And I love, her design was great too. She's really cute. Everything about her is awesome. I love Yotsuba. But like, the only thing that sucked about Yotsuba in the show is that she didn't get a whole lot of character development. She didn't get a whole lot of screen time. She didn't get a whole lot of anything, hardly. She was there a lot, but she didn't get her own like time, you know. She kind of like how Miku had her episode 2, and Nino had her episode later on. Everyone has their own, and not just whole episode, but like their whole bitch, you know. They get like a whole segment of the show. I think one segment I remember with Yotsuba was whenever she was over top of Futuro telling him something. I forget what she said, but it was something super serious and regarding her being romanticizing him, you know, and being in love with him. And she kind of said, "Just kidding." She just knocked it off at the end, like, you know, classic anime thing they do. And yeah, that's Yosuba. I think that's all of them, right? Didn't forget anybody besides like Reinha and his dad. Reinha is Usagi's sister that actually does drive the plot later on, and his dad, which is just kind of there as well. And the sister's dad, which talks one time, I think. And that's as far as the characters go. That's really it. There's some extra characters like that one guy and this chick that meet at the bonfire, and apparently later on it shows that they're married later. I don't know why it showed that. I guess it was funny though. But yeah, those are the characters. Let's get past this. See, I thought I would have trouble talking about a show for over 10 minutes. I feel like we've passed 10 minutes already. That's what I feel like. Next up, we have the progression of the plot and episodes. Now, the progression, this show was pretty smooth, I'm not going to lie. It didn't start up too fast. It got into it. I loved it on episode 1. I loved every second of it. I want to say this too, real fast. This show was like a big nostalgic feel for me, because back in the day when I first started watching anime, I was way into the harems, the romantic comedies. Ecchi was a cherry on top as well as a harem, but a lot of them were harems, because like To Love Ru is my favorite anime. That'll say a lot about why I like this show so much. But yeah, it was really nostalgic. I loved the way this show felt. It was such like a renewal, kind of. It was like a rebirth of my love for harems and romantic comedies. It really was. And the progression was smooth, like I said, and I loved it. I never felt the problem with the progression of the show. I would say the only problem with it was that Yotsuba, like I said, some characters didn't get screen time. They didn't give every character their time in the limelight, That's the only problem with I don't even know if that's even part of the progression. That's just part of the show in general, the plot. That's the arrangement of things. Now, I haven't read the manga. This is purely an anime review. And yeah, I don't know how the manga went in terms of progression. But yeah, nothing was super slow. Nothing was super boring. I loved it pretty well. The progression was pretty decent. I know people that hate these kind of shows and didn't like it and dropped it immediately, but as I remember, I had my friend Dip Sherlock. He was actually watching it, or Aidan. His name's Aidan, but we call him Dip Sherlock for his channel name. He dropped it halfway through the episode. I was like, oh, come on, man. This is not for you then, I guess. This just ain't for him. Maybe he loves a shonen. He loves shonens, but, And that's the progression. That's basically it for that. That was pretty quick. And next I have Best Girl / Best Boy / Favorite Character. Best Girl was Miku for sure. Miku stole the fucking show. She was awesome. I love her. I think everyone can agree with me. Everyone, I have a lot of art on my Pinterest. It's not lewd art. It's Pinterest, Pinterest does have a whole lot of lewd stuff. And she's awesome. She was actually, no, she wasn't my background. I was going to say she was my background for a little while, but she wasn't. I don't think she was, at least. She might have been for a little bit. I don't remember, though. I think I ended up trying to use it for a background, and it didn't look so good, so I just didn't use it. I just kept the picture instead. But yeah, she was great. I loved Miku. Best Boy, it was like one guy to say that. I guess Hisagi. He's the only one. That category will only be good for, like, shows that have a lot of guys in it, like kind of like Fruits Basket of this season. That would be one for Best Boy. And my favorite character, probably just Miku. I mean, so the reason I had a favorite character on there is because my favorite character could differ from Best Boy and Best Girl. Because I was thinking of an example. It was like in Fate Zero, Karia. I love Kyra. Karia is my favorite character in that show. But I would probably say that like Best Boy would be like Waver, or like Best Girl would be Maya, because I love, even though she wasn't in it that much, but I liked her a lot. She was cool. I didn't care much for Irisville. I won't say what happens in anything in that show because it isn't about Fate Zero, but that's just an example. It's like the favorite character could differ from the Best Girl or the Best Boy. It could. It's a maybe. That's why it's there. It's like a favorite character could differ from those. Like your top waifu. It's like you can say like I just said a minute ago about that example. It's your best waifu may not be your favorite character in the show. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, basically that. I think everyone would agree for that because it's just hard to disagree. But I know people that like Nino the most from like the manga, but I haven't read the manga. Apparently she gets way better in the manga. I don't know. There's apparently a whole lot of content. I'm not gonna read it. I'm not really into manga. I'm sure later on I will be, but I'm not right now. Not really. I don't have time for it. And hopefully we get season 2 and I can see the rest of the manga. Maybe that'll happen. We'll never know. We'll see if Feel makes it. I think Feel's the studio of this show. No, it wasn't. Let me check. It was on here. I have it pulled up right here. The studios. It says Tezuka Productions. I thought it was Feel though. I could have swore that the freaking live chart said Feel. or whatever. I thought it was .field. It says Tezuka Productions though. But anyways, that is all 3 of those. Next, I have favorite episodes / scenes, and I would say for sure my favorite episode is probably episode 2. Maybe I'm not remembering a lot of the I remember a lot of the episodes, right? But I can't tell you what number they were. Like, I really liked the second part to the fireworks festival. I really liked episode 2 where Miku is first introduced as like best girl. Everyone thought it, and then he chased her around the school, and she got tired and took off her leggings or whatever. And I was like, holy crap, this show just got hot. And he's like, is it hot in here? Just me, That's how I was like, whoa! Like, you can see my reactions. I should do live reactions to this stuff. It'd be really funny, but. I felt like they kind of ripped off the show, because then you'd have to no one to go watch the show. They'd watch my reaction to it, which I feel like not my reaction, but it's reactions in general. Reactions. I can't say. My mouth's getting all dry now. Take a drink real fast. Well, I said I wouldn't drink water in the video, but I'm doing it right now. Okay. I had it muted the whole time that time instead of while unmuted it while I swallowed it. I like this recording a lot better than the last one already, because everything's a lot more collective, a lot more productive in talking. I'm not getting off on a tangent like I am right now. No, shut up. But yeah, I would say my favorite scene. My favorite scene. I would probably say like maybe like I really liked towards the end when Ichika and Usagi were trapped in the shed, and he ended up getting like who was it? Was he? I think he had her thighs. He was sandwiched between her thighs. She was on his shoulders, and I was like, because he got a thigh pillow from her earlier on after the fireworks festival. That was great. This show's awesome, by the way. You need to go watch it. I'm not going to spoil everything that happens. It's a review. You might be watching it to see if you want to watch it. So I'm not going to get too into the favorite scenes and episodes. But yeah, basically that's what everything I said is my favorite stuff from the show, from what I can remember. Next I have up is music, and this is kind of like one of those, like another one of those, like it could vary, of course. Well, these all vary, but like some shows can have a whole lot of music focus, kind of like Love Live, anything with me about music. But like this show, I would guess like the music in general, and like the opening and ending were great too. Those count as music. But like the music in general for the show, it fit it. It was pretty good. I liked it. It's not something I would sit and listen to, of course, but it fit the show. It fit a traditional harem romantic comedy anime, and I liked it. Music worked. It worked really well for the show. And I can already remember a track from it whenever they would just have like, he would be getting into it, it comes back to you. I don't remember the exact music, but I can kind of remember how it was. It's, like I said, traditional harem rom-com music. And next I have is the laugh factor. This show was kind of funny, actually. I laughed a lot. It wasn't necessarily like, the comedy wasn't the only focus, so it wasn't like gut-busting, but I did find myself laughing a lot in this show, because the sisters all had some really funny stuff to do, and they were all a whole lot of bits they did. Usagi and his dumb, well, not really dumb, in his ignorant self, I could be using the wrong adjectives to describe him as well. The ignorant could be the wrong word for him. Like he's kind of he's thick-skulled in the sense that like he doesn't really understand everyone else around him, because he really only ever cared about his studies before. That's really the only point where he's ignorant and thick-skulled. But yeah, all batteries going low. The controller. But yeah, it was really funny. Laugh factor is pretty good. I laughed quite a bit. I don't know about you. Tell me in the comments below if you thought it was pretty funny. Like I find myself, I'm not too hard to please. I laugh pretty easily at shows like that are funny. That's supposed to be funny, even if they're kind of cheesy. Sometimes I find myself chuckling. So it's dumb. Sometimes it's turning your brain off fun. If you didn't laugh in the show, try turning your brain off. It works. I'm telling you, you'll laugh at everything. And that's not. I'm not dissing the show, because I think this show is genuinely funny for a harem rom-com. So. Yeah, pretty funny show. And next is the end of the show. The ending, now this is the part where I want to have a spoiler alert. This is a spoiler. Skip maybe about a minute in or so if you don't want to hear any of this. I'm going to say it now. This show, I like how they ended it. Like they still kind of left it open to not know who the bride is. Because all the girls end up touching him at that night on his hand. Whenever I think it happened to be New Year's or whatever, they all touched him at once. And they had a bunch of dresses in the place where he was getting married. And the chick that was getting married to him, you still couldn't tell who it was. They all had like the same kind of hair, just about, and they're all twins as well. Faces, you can't tell by the face. The only thing I saw that was like was Nino's little her good luck charm or whatever the heck he gave her in that episode. What she gave him in that last episode or the episode before. It was towards the end. He still had that on, but I don't know if that even meant anything because you still couldn't tell who it was. Yeah, I did like how they ended it. They left that open for a season 2, and I hope they tell us if there's going to be a season 2 because I'm ready for it already. I'm not tired of this show. It ain't like My Hero where I ended up getting burnt out on it, and I'm done with it for a while now. I'm kind of glad it's not till next season, or not next season, but the season after. I can wait a while for it, is what I'm saying. And yeah, that's basically it for the end of the show. I did like it. I would probably say it was a decent ending for a rom-com harem, even though people usually get pissed when no girl gets picked by the end of it. But they left it open for season 2. So I would give it time. I would wait till they get season 2. And we already know he gets a girl by the end of it anyway, so. Or it could be all of them. He could be the freaking king of concubines and everything, dude. Pull a Tularu on his freaking Miku's harem plan, dude. I can see that happening. That'll happen, dude. Wait for it. It'll happen. Let me take a drink of water so it's getting dry one more time. Alright. Oh god. I forgot, I muted it too soon. I did this thing I did in the first take, but whatever. We're way too far in to do a second take. I know I could be like doing different clips of this, like record one segment, do every other segment, but I want to have one video clip for now. Until I get to that point of editing where I can sit and edit the video for like maybe an hour and a half, I'll do that. But as of right now, I don't really have time to do that. I'm going to graduate from high school actually next month, so we'll see how that goes down. But yeah, and in the last part I have, or the last 2 parts, the last thing I have here is any extra comments, any extras and comments. Not, besides the fact that I just loved this show, it was great, I loved it. Not much else I can say about it. Any particular things I liked about it, I would say like, I like the art style. The art style was nice. It was, and like I said before, it was like a breath of fresh air for my harem, anime, rom-com, nostalgia, you know. Whenever I say it was a breath of, I can't. I was say it's a breath of fresh air, you know, a breath of fresh air. I mean, like it felt new, like it felt nostalgic, but it was new at the same time, and that's the main part I liked about it. And like I said, I love all the characters. The characters did make the show just about, and the comedy was good. It was really funny, and really cute and hot sometimes. Like in episode 2 where Miku takes off her leggings. Like, Jesus Christ, she was hot. She needed to take those things off. Rest queen, you do whatever you need to do to satisfy yourself. Any lot that sounded wrong, just do what you need to do. That's all there is to it. And last thing I have here is general rating of the show. I gave this show on my animator list a 9 out of 10 because I love harem rom-com anime. That's just me. I know not everyone does. I know to a lot of people actually they're trash, they're garbage. But me personally, when it comes to anime, my favorite kinds of rom-coms, the harem's the cherry on top. Like I said before, it's like a tip. It's like the bottom, like the tip of the iceberg. The bottom part's the rom-com, top of the iceberg's the harem, you know, or the ecchi, anything extra to it. But yeah, I know like the average person, like it has on Mal like a 7.6. But I gave it a 9 out of 10 because it's my favorite kind of show. I loved it. There wasn't hardly anything wrong with it at all from what I can tell, at least as far as these types of shows go. Not a whole lot of animation bugs, not bugs, a whole lot of little animation flaws, not very many at all. I don't think I counted any in this show. And also it has been a minute since I watched it, so I could be just forgetting some stuff. And so from now on, I'm gonna try and do these reviews right after I finish watching the show, so it's fresh in my mind. I can talk about it from my top of my head, and I don't have to like recollect and talk about like go back in time and think about everything that happened. I'm getting full spit. But yeah, I gave it a 9 out of 10. That's what I gave it, and you know, we might say my standards are low, but I'm easy to please. I don't know about you. So anyways, that's all I have time for. Hopefully you all enjoyed this. Give me some criticism in the comments. Tell me if I talk too fast. Tell me if I sound stupid. Tell me if my opinion sucks. Tell me anything you want. I want to know. I want to hear it. Anyways, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe more, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.